Republican Senator Roger Marshall of Kansas, member of the Chamber's Budget Committee. Good morning, Senator. Thank you so much for your time. I want to begin with the topic of Venezuela and all that has happened in the last several days. You have called Maduro the head of the snake, and Venezuela is part of an evil axis. Give me your thoughts on where things stand and what questions you have now that you're back in Washington about what's next.
Sure. Well, Marty, Happy New Year to you and your viewers as well. Look, most importantly, American families are safer today because Maduro is behind bars, that the number one killer of young adults in America is drug poisoning. And he was the leader of one of the 4 or 5 cartels that control the drug flow into this country. So certainly we need to be safer. I think, people want to emphasize that this was a law enforcement action, that this was led by the DEA, by the Justice Department, that I'm not a nation builder, President Trump's not a nation builder. I think it's a very fluid situation, and going forward, I think we should stay focused on what our goals are here. Our goals as Americans, America first, is number 1, stop the flow of drugs into our country. Number 2 is improve the flow of oil from Venezuela. And number 3 is to reinstitute the Monroe Doctrine. Look, we don't want China controlling Venezuelan oil. We don't want China in the Panama Canal. We don't want China building a naval base just off the island, in an island off of Cuba's shores. So I think that this is about America first, about this Monroe Doctrine, so to speak.
All right, let's talk about the work of Congress this week. You guys have a full plate as folks head back to Washington. What are your top priorities in the first several days as work gets underway?
Well, look, we need to finish funding the government. I'm excited. The Democrats are saying they don't want to shut down the government again like they did last time. So let's figure out a way to do the appropriations. Look, 90% of the funding has already come through the committees with a huge bipartisan support. Let's get those on the floor and get those done. Next, I want to address the cost of living for people. That under Joe Biden, we know that inflation is cumulative, that the cost of housing, of childcare, of health insurance, property insurance went up 50% under Joe Biden, and that's impacting people in many ways. So what can we do to bring down the cost of health care? For me, I'm on the health care committee, on the finance committee that controls that. So we want to really push for our price tags bill, which forces all healthcare providers to show patients what things are going to cost up front before you have that MRI done or lab done or your surgery done. Yeah, we think that'll bring down the cost of healthcare $1,000 a month for families across the country.
Right. Healthcare is so much of a concern for so many right now with those subsidies expiring at the end of the year. What concessions are you and your colleagues willing to make to get a deal done? And what do you envision the best deal being?
Well, I think number 1 is I need my friends across the aisle to be willing to take on the fraud within Obamacare. Probably $25 billion of fraud, just like we're seeing fraud in Minnesota. There's fraud in Obamacare, so we need to address that. Look, I'm willing to extend the Biden era subsidies. Remember, 80% of the subsidies are still in effect. That people making less than $120,000, a family making less than $120,000, they're on Obamacare. 80% of that premium is still going to be paid for by the federal government. But we want to move towards taking the money rather than sending it to the insurance companies. We want to put it in your own healthcare debit card, so to speak. We want to address the fraud. We want to do the price tags bill as well. I'd be willing to extend the Biden era subsidies for a year to get that as well. But it's been pretty tough sledding up here to get anything done on a bipartisan basis with healthcare.
Right, and 24 days and counting to get that done. What lessons, Senator, do you think were learned from the last shutdown that will be applied to avoid another one this time?
Look, no one wins during a shutdown. I know that we can sit here and yell at each other and blame each other, but nobody wins, and certainly the American people don't win as well. That there needs to be a bipartisan solution. It's going to take 60 votes on the Senate to get an appropriations bill done. The committee's done their work. We're spending more money than I want to. I acknowledge that the number 1 long-term threat to our country is the $36 trillion of national debt and growing, and that we're spending $1 trillion a year on interest. But nevertheless, it looks like the appropriations committees have done their job. We've not grown the budget any this year for all practical purposes. And if we start working on waste, fraud, and abuse, maybe we can get back to a balanced budget.
a busy week, and it's going to be a busy year. Senator Marshall, thank you so much for your time, sir, this morning.